We hiked Snowdonia walking over 63 miles in 5 days. Completing yesterday's mission around the south of the Carnedd, we embarked on our journey to capture the natural beauty of the enchanted northern Carnedd Mountains while taking on some adrenaline-pumping scrambles and climbs. It was a perfect day. Clear blue skies for as far as our eyes can see, the sun illuminating the grass creating a vibrant mixture of green and yellow hues. Gazing into the lakes and rivers, we saw the reflection of our beautiful surroundings. It really was a picture-perfect day. Our campsite was no further than 10 minutes walk from the trail we would be taking. The plan was to complete the horseshoe circular, taking in Penja Llewelyn, Carnedd Dafydd, Carnedd Llewelyn, and finally Penja Hawgidu. Beginning the walk up towards Penja Llewelyn, we started off following a well-worn track that meandered left and right in synchronicity with the stream that ran beside us for a few hundred meters. We pass an infinity pool on the way up, hidden in the rocky river valley that slowly cascades towards the foot of Llyn Ogwen. It was an opportunity to get our feet out of our boots, some food in our bellies, and a chance to rehydrate. Reaching the base of Penja Llewelyn, we take the East Ridge Gully and begin scrambling over some undesirable terrain, hopping between and on top of rocks and boulders. We slowly make our way towards the East Ridge Gully, excited yet slightly nervous of what might be to come. Staring up at our route, all of our fears subsided and transformed into sheer eagerness. We fully immersed ourselves in the moment and began the gnarly climbing sections up to the summit of Penja Llewelyn. We stopped once during the scrambly section, briefly turning around to admire the view and looking down at the route we had taken. Our egos slightly inflated and buzzing with a sense of achievement, we continued to climb. Climbing upwards on the East Ridge Gully, making sure we had 3 points of contact at all times, we checked for loose rocks and ensured we had both steady hand and footholds. Reaching the scrambly section, we began to take the last ascent to the summit of Penja Llewelyn, gazing around at the mountains in the distance as we got onto the summit of the 7th highest mountain in Wales. At the summit, we were astounded. The views unbeatable. We had a full 360 view of the surrounding mountain ranges, a few catching our eye for a later date. We dropped down our bags and got the cameras out, taking various shots of the beauty we were completely taken back by. Snowdonia is a truly magical place. Knowing we've still got most of the work to come, we didn't stay around long and continued the long, hard slug up to Carnedd Dafydd, a deceptively long walk, longer than we thought. Walking along the mountain ridge, we are blessed by beautiful views. Panning from the left to the right, it gave us an enchanted feel, and being away from the tourist routes, this was really what it was all about. Being out in nature and feeling truly alive. We began the last push up to Carnedd Dafydd. Looking around us, it resembled something out of the Rocky Mountains, but we were in the UK. We continued to march on, climbing up and over a false summit, which led us onto the actual summit itself. Carnedd Dafydd, 1,044 meters, that's 3,425 feet. It stands proudly above all but one mountain in the Carnedd, Carnedd Llewelyn. Wasting no time, we got going again, walking the ridge between Carnedd Dafydd and Carnedd Llewelyn, our eyes wandering left and right, mesmerised, speechless, just in complete awe of this beautiful mountain range. Standing on top of the 3rd highest mountain in Wales, looking into the horizon, we felt like we could see the entirety of Wales. It was so vast, so colourful, and as keen explorers, we revelled at the possibilities of future adventures. Feeling exhausted, having underestimated the distance we would need to travel, we decided to come down between Carnedd Llewelyn and Hawgidu. We found a steep descent route, and we began to carefully scramble downwards towards the Afon Llwgwy. That's a 16-hectare lake that has a maximum depth of 45 meters, or 146 feet, which I believe is equal to the width of a football pitch. Off the mountain, we began a 1.5 mile walk back to the campsite. Walking through uneven terrain mixed with long grass, it was littered with divots that were impossible to see. Finally back at camp, we indulged in some much-needed food and cracked open a beer to toast our day away. What a day it had been! Truly remarkable. Times like this remind me what it's like to be alive. Follow us for day 3.